Glad to have you with us for more NBA action. Alongside Stan Van Gundy, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan.
And seeing a guy as big as Embiid being so fluid in terms of his movement, jaw-dropping.
And Nick Nurse, Greg, the 26th head coach in 76ers franchise history.
And Kevin, known for his creativity and that outside-the-box thinking, I think it's a good fit with this forward-thinking front office.
Now Hardaway, following the miss by Malik Beasley from deep. 6 on the shot clock. They grab their own miss. High post, Embiid. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
And right there, Embiid showing he's just too big and too skilled to stop.
Cunningham. Oubre with the steal. And now the fast break, Embiid with the ball. The shot by George, wide open. No good with the triple. Right side, Hardaway. No good from outside. And the 76ers with possession. This one for 3. Hits it from three-point range.
And this offense relies on George's range to space the floor, and he is one of the best at it.
Pass to Stewart. Back to Cunningham. Gets that one to fall after missing his first 2. 1 for 3 from the field.
And that ends the struggle. You could feel the tensions in the building with each miss.
Yeah, and sometimes that's just how it goes. But also, we got to give credit to the defense. They're not making it easy out there.
And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Well, Kevin, I was able to talk with Nick Nurse for a minute. We talked about how dialed in he is on Cade Cunningham in this matchup. Coach told me the key is not to let him get into a rhythm early on. That might mean you have to throw different defenders at him. Maybe send them double teams, too. Everything is on the table tonight. We'll see what they come up with for Cade. Guys?
Thanks, David. Embiid, no good. Pistons trailed by 3.
And you know, guys, with Embiid on the floor, it's not just about his individual play. He changes everything for everyone on that team. That's how dominant he is. It's not just statistics. His presence alone propels them.
To the inside. And the dunk by Embiid.
A solid facilitator. I like whenever Maxey looks to get his guys involved.
Cunningham gets the bucket.
How about that finish? Not sure if he needed to get that fancy, but it'll be a nice adrenaline burst for him.
Now, here's Maxey. Oubre for 3. That's in, coming off the assist from Embiid.
A legitimate sniper from distance. Love seeing Oubre Jr. shoot it with such precision.
To the middle. Out to Hardaway. Pistons passing it around. Puts it up from 7. Reverses. He takes it up and lays it in.
Man, he's got such a great touch and feel around the basket. He made that reverse look easy.
Embiid the screen. Here's Maxey. Offensive rebound. A nice shot by Embiid. Embiid's got 8 points.
And talk about effort. Embiid staying with that one.
Out to Hardaway. It's Beasley on the wing. Pass to Cunningham. And the bucket is good. 3-point play chance here for him.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
The Pistons shooting their first free throw of the game here.
And last season, as a team, they knocked down 79% of their free throws, so those are numbers you'll be happy with.
Outside Butler. Here's McCain. Hands it from downtown.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from three. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Pass to Stewart. Count it.
Well, maybe the defense thinks they can live with that, but he's pretty consistent from that mid-range area.
Here's Yabusele. Over in the corner, Edwards. To the right side. Here's Yabusele. Here's Embiid. He goes big with the dunk right over Isaiah Stewart.
Well, if you're going to let him get that close to the rim, that's what's going to happen. Leaving no room for error with the slam.
And so, lots of scoring in that competitive first quarter. 76ers lead by 3. Live from Philadelphia, you're watching 2K Sports. And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out in the second quarter. And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for Philadelphia.
Well, the coaching staff's game plan is very clear. Move the ball on the perimeter and shoot the shots with no hesitation.
The shot by Stewart with no one around. That drops and it comes off the assist from Hardaway. Dan, you've been on the bench in the NBA for many decades. What were some of your biggest pet peeves as a coach?
Oh my gosh, Kevin, that would be a long list. But the two biggest would be this. I think number one, anytime there was a lack of effort, you're not running back on defense, things like that. That I had a hard time tolerating. And then mental breakdowns, things we had prepared for over and over and over again. And then guys just zone out and forget what they're supposed to do. Those were things that were hard to tolerate.
Especially when you would take such care in preparing them in every way. It's got to be just excruciating.
Frustrating as heck.
It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Hey, Kevin, even with an MVP and Joel Embiid, the Sixers can't be a one-man show. Embiid says, I watch a lot of games and I see what's working. Good basketball means cutting, moving, guys getting off the ball, and it's moving and not sticking. But you need the right guys to execute that system. And I think we've got the right guys. Kevin?
I know you and I agree. They do, David. Thank you very much. And Harris, wide open. He shoots. Drains it from beyond the arc. Harris has got the lead up to 2 now for Detroit. And we will have a timeout called by Nick Nurse. Looking for a breather and maybe just one or two things to talk about. And so here is Philadelphia. In the second quarter, held scoreless. He stands since 2009. The Pistons have just 2 playoff appearances.
Yeah, that's true, Kevin. And they got swept in both of those playoff appearances. They haven't won a playoff game since 2008. And with all the lottery picks they've made recently, their fans are itching to see some progress.
And just too fast. Cunningham slices right through him.
Here's Embiid. Pass to Grimes. The 76ers with another miss. Pistons leading by 4. To the wing right side. Back to Cunningham. Down low. Out to Hardaway. Nice ball movement by Detroit. 5 on the clock. Puts the move on. Good D by Embiid.
And we talk about the importance of protecting the rim. Right there, outstanding defense.
Another miss by Philadelphia. And so it's Cunningham with it. He brings it up for the Pistons. They haven't allowed any points in the second quarter. Beasley with a clean look. Offline with his 3.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Hardaway with the steal. Here's Harris. Pass to Hardaway. Now, here's Stewart. And here's Cunningham. 4 on the shot clock. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. Coach, it didn't take long for Cade Cunningham to establish himself as the leader of this team.
Well, Kevin, he's very mature for his age. He was put in a position with all young guys around him, so he had to step up. And I've never heard Cade Cunningham blame anyone else for the team's struggles. He's got everything you could want in a team leader.
And just over 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. They set the pick. Shot to stop the run. Pass to Grimes. It's George on the wing. That 3 off the mark. Pistons leading by 6. Here's Stewart. 52 seconds left in the first half of the game. Cunningham right side. Detroit needs to get off a shot. Fires the 3. Rebound by the 76ers. And now here's George, the fast break opportunity. Pass to Bona. Back to George. .26 seconds left in the first half. Off with the layup. Here's Cunningham. Oubre pulls it in. The 76ers trail by 6. Oubre on the wing. Jacks up a 3. Buries it from 3-point range. Oubre's got 6 points.
That's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Yeah, it's certainly worth it to disrupt the offense. Coaches notice that extra effort.
So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle underway in this one. It's Detroit up by 3. And we'll be back right after halftime for the start of the third quarter. We'll see you in a bit. And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. And Detroit has possession. It's a 3-point game. And you look at the Detroit Pistons, Stan, so much young talent, but the chemistry is a work in progress, clearly.
Well, it is, Kevin, and they're working on it, but it's hard with so many new faces, and they still need a second and third guy that they can build around. They've got a lot of good role players, but they need a couple more stars.
Gotta respect that Cunningham takes charge of making something happen and drawing the contact.
Stan, we have so many great players in this NBA. I mean, every night, from top to bottom, each roster, there's so many great players. But in your opinion, who is the toughest to game plan against?
Wow, that is a tough question because there's so many of them where there's no good answers. You know, let's take Jokic, for example. If you play him one-on-one, he's going to score virtually every time. If you come in, double-team him, send a second defender, he's going to make the right pass all the time. There's no way to absolutely stop him. You just do the best you can to limit their team.
The great ones always have answers, don't they, Stan?
If they didn't, Kevin, they wouldn't be the great ones.
That's right. And it's Isaiah Stewart with the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
Personal foul. Fourth team foul.
Maxey looking it over. Pass to George. Here's Grimes. Guarded by Hardaway. Shot clock at 5. There's Embiid with the dunk.
Well, no question, Joel Embiid is page 1 on the scouting report. Maybe page 2 and 3 as well. He is a handful. That's the kind of D that you're not going to find success with, guys. They've got to get a hand in the face.
And it's Nick Nurse calling timeout here. This will give him a chance to discuss some potential alterations. A little over a minute gone here in the second half. In the corner, it's Oubre. Here it's Grimes. Outside, Maxey. The 3 from George. Beasley with the rebound. Detroit leading by 6. Here's Cunningham. And cut Cunningham with the slam.
And you can see why they continue to call Cunningham's number. Once he's flipped that switch, let him go to work.
Yeah, that's a nice dish. A lot of times the best way to put the ball in the right spot is with that bounce pass.
This team has handed a lot of responsibility to Tyrese Maxey. Oh, wow, what a great move inside.
That is incredible.
And putting his explosive athleticism on full display there, George is capable of some highlight reel dunks.
That's the kind of aggressive and assertive play they need as we get closer and closer to crunch time.
And he'll be shooting his first free throw of the game here.
And last season, he made good on about 3 out of every 4 free throw attempts. And last time I checked, I think that's 75%.
Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Kevin, thank you. Tyrese Maxey has stepped up into a starring role with the 76ers. He says these guys have the ultimate confidence in me, all the way from the organization down to the players. So I can just go out there and be aggressive, play my game, even through mistakes. It's all part of extraordinary growth for the guard. Kevin?
DA thanks. He is rewarding their faith. And I love his statement on growth. He's always looking to expand. Embiid the screen. Some nice ball movement here by the 76ers. And it's blocked. And that's out of bounds. Philadelphia will retain possession. 3 minutes gone now in the third quarter. Here's Maxey. Drives to the hoop. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Maxey's got his first basket.
And with how explosive Maxey is, he's not your average guard in the paint.
Beasley outside. Cunningham right side. And the rejection by Embiid.
So agile at 7 feet. Embiid covers a lot of territory.
In the third quarter with just over 3.5 minutes off the clock. To the paint. Detroit with the rebound. And what about the evolution of Tyrese Maxey? Greg, according to him, he's just getting started.
Well, Kevin, I'd have to agree. I mean, he's got some big shoes to fill with James Harden leaving, but each year this guy has just gotten better. And not only has he matched Harden's production in Philadelphia, I think he's exceeded it.
It's Cunningham with the drive. Harris's shot is good.
And through hard work, this has become Harris's bread and butter. A knockdown shooter off the catch.
The offensive rebound. Embiid. No one near Maxey as he lets it fly. The three-pointer no good. And so it's Cunningham with it. He brings it up for the Pistons. They're leading by 8. Pass to Beasley. Cunningham inside. Stewart with it. Clock is at 3. Here's the 3. The rebound by Yabusele. Philadelphia with the ball. Oubre, no one around him. No good on the triple. Harris inside. That's in, coming off the assist from Cunningham.
Assisted.
Harris has got the lead up to 10 now for Detroit. And so it's Detroit going into the break with a 10-point lead. Their lead is where it is because they've gotten good shots. A lot of good shots. We'll return shortly. And this is it. Glad to have you along for this fourth and final quarter. And Philadelphia has possession, trailing by 10. Pass to Butler. It's blocked, and he stays with it. Here's Yabusele. Inside, lock at 6. That one is good from Joel Embiid.
It's just so tough to knock Embiid off the block. That's his territory.
Left side, Harris. Cunningham outside. Stewart a screen. Cunningham with it. Now defended by Embiid. Cunningham's shot is off. Here's McCain. Pass to Butler. Here's Yabusele. Guarded by Harris. Edwards with the screen. Here's Yabusele. Banked in off the glass.
And how about the grit and determination in the post? I mean, essential qualities to have late in a close game.
Now, here's Stewart. Cunningham inside. Lets it go with the three. And Stewart gets it to go.
3 points.
And the Pistons lead by 9.
Well, coaches will take that any day. Don't pass up open threes like that.
And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Just over a minute and a half played here in the fourth. Beasley the screen. Pass to Harris. Back to Hardaway. Stewart with it. Cunningham outside. Beasley for three. Rebound by the 76ers. Here's Yabusele. Beasley with the steal. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
And it's easy to see why so many are so high on Cunningham, a talented guard who can do a little bit of everything.
And they haven't let points get away from them at the line tonight. That's always something that'll allow a coaching staff to breathe a little easier.
George with the bucket.
And this is what Paul George does. He looks for any opening on the floor to create opportunities for his team.
Cunningham with it. Pass to Fontecchio. That's in, coming off the assist from Cunningham. There has been, Coach, a lot of talk about how players today are better than ever before. Do you agree with that?
Well, absolutely. Isn't that the way evolution works?
Right.
Kevin, they're bigger, stronger, faster. But everyone builds on the players who came before them. And the guys today would not be where they are without the guys before who laid the foundation for them.
The Pistons working the ball around now. Pass to Cunningham. Shot clock at 6. Takes it off the glass. Cunningham's got 10 points here in the second half.
And the strength of Cunningham. Fantastic job there scoring on the defense.
On the wing, George. And the basket is good.
I mean, he makes plays like that in his sleep. The game is just far too easy.
Pass to Ivy. And it's Fontecchio in the corner. Another three for Detroit.
As a playmaker, Ivy has an interesting upside. If he continues to develop those skills, he'd only increase his value.
And we will have a timeout called by Nick Nurse. He's clearly intent on wanting to lock in and make sure everyone's on the same page.
76ers, TNT.
Left side, Maxey. Outside, George. 1:09 left in the fourth. Pass to Grimes. Maxey. Got it. Good job in the low post.
Well, when you move the ball, you open up the defense. Great job to make the unselfish play.
Cunningham gets the bucket.
Guys, I think this is a game they have to feel good about as we wind through the final moments here in what looks to be a solid win for the Pistons.
If they had to battle for this win, there were times when it looked like it was maybe slipping away a bit, but they never let that happen, which I thought was a real credit to them.
And that's a product of their mental toughness. Anytime the floor of the game turned against them, instead of caving, they just dialed it up a notch and were able to pull away.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Cade Cunningham.
Well, as a coach, it's so fun to watch a player dominate the game offensively like he did in this one.
Tyrese Maxey. That's his first personal foul. Second team foul.
3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. And the foul called on Cade Cunningham. And that'll be his third foul so far.
Oh, great defense there. Anticipated the play and got there first.
And here's George for 3. Hits the three-point bomb. And so it's Detroit with the ball. They've led by as many as 11 points.
His second personal foul.
And he misses the first one. Boy, he wanted that one to fall.
Shooting for Detroit.
And he ends up making the second, and that makes it a 7-point lead. And the 76ers call time here. They're trailing by 7. What do you think, guys?
Licking their wounds. It hasn't come together for them tonight.
But they're not going down without a fight. They'll keep game planning and playing until the final whistle.
Pass to Fontecchio. Puts up a deep 3. Misses. And so the Pistons take the win. A truly gutsy performance.